Hello, everybody. Welcome to our next segment of the Crafting Queens. And we had a winner last week. The winner was Ro Masario. Congratulations, Ro. We had a blast doing this. I'm going for the gusto this weekend, though. I want the crown. Okay, so today I have a fun project for you, and I think you will enjoy it. It is this cute little suitcase box. And when you open it up in the inside, it's a little mini album to document your trip. So I'm going to show you how to make this cute little suitcase. Let me go ahead and turn you down. Okay, so the first thing that you are going to need is one of these little suitcases. And we are just going to take a bone folder, and hopefully I can find mine here. Let me see. I had it out earlier. If I don't find it, we're just going to crease it real good. And it looks like I can't find it. Okay. I'm just going to go along these edges. Let me see. I think I have a new bone folder. Let me grab a brand new one. A brand spanking new. Because after all, who doesn't like a new bone folder, right? All right, got a new bone folder. We are in business now. I'm gonna open it up here. We don't need instructions for that. All right, now we can fold this effectively. Let me grab a different one. I got some stuff on it. Looks like a little makeup. Had to look pretty, you know. I had to put my makeup on. All right, here we go. We're just gonna bone fold this on every crease. And you're gonna come in here. It's real important you have this crease good because it makes it easier to fold. All right, we popped out our little piece there. All right, it looks like I have all of the folds. Oh, maybe I didn't do the middle one. Let me just double do that one. All right, so we have all the pieces creased now. Now we're gonna start putting on our outside layers. And I'm gonna give you the sizes to these so you have them. The piece for the top panel here, and let's see, these are my side pieces and they go here and here. And let's see. We have our spine, which goes here. And we have our bottom piece here. And then our two pieces here and here. All right. Now I'm going to start giving you some measurements so that you have them. Okay, let me scooch this up. These two pieces here are going to be 3.5 by 2 7/8. So this one and this one are 3.5 by 2 7/8. This spine piece and this top piece, and actually it goes like this, and this top piece, these two pieces here, so you'll need two. And these are 3/4 by 3.5. And then you need two little side pieces. And these are 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay. And that should be all your pieces. So once again, these two pieces here are going to be 3/4 by 2 3/4. This piece and this piece, so on your spine and on your one piece of your flap, they are going to be, I just had it here. Sorry, folks. They're 3/4 by 3.5. These two bigger pieces are going to be 3.5 by 2 7/8. And then this piece here is 2 7/8. Hold on, let me get my ruler on this one. Because this one's the odd one of the bunch. You know, there always has to be the odd one. All right, here's my ruler. Let me pull this out. This piece is going to be 3.5 by 7/8. 3.5 by 7/8. Let me make sure I have that in here. 3.5 by 7/8. And that's the top part of the top panel. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna glue these down. And I'm just gonna grab my liquid glue, and you guys know that I use a glue gun, but I have Tombow liquid glue in here. And I'm gonna start out with the center. I have it lined up pretty good. Maybe not too great. Let me try again. It's hard to see the lines on here. My lighting is not the greatest, but we're making do. All right, I think I have it now. All right, and then this piece goes right here. This is one of the side panels. Okay, and then this is the other side panel. And you can use any paper. Our theme this week is a color challenge. So we can only use black and white, shy shamrock, berry burst, and daffodil delight. So these are the colors that I'm using in my project. I'm going to turn this around so I can get these on here good. This piece is my spine. Put that on just like this. Okay, and then we have this piece up here. And I'm going to put it on. Now this one we have to do a little bit of dissecting because we need this slit in the inside here. But we're going to put it on first. Okay, so now I have all my pieces to my outside of my box done. I'm going to turn this over and I'm just going to take my snips and I am going to snip out this little hole. And the easiest way to do this is just to stick your scissors in here. There we go. And just trim it out. Now it's not going to be perfect, but on the other side it looks great, and that's all we need, as you can see here. Okay. All right, and then I forgot to put this piece on. I thought I had it glued, so let me go ahead and glue it down. And I'll try to post the measurements of all this so that you can make it, again, by watching my video, okay? I don't want you to miss out. I know I went through this kind of fast. All right, so now we have our box, like this, and we can sit this aside for just a minute. The next thing that we are going to do is we have to have a piece that is 3/4 by 4 in basic black. So 3/4 by 4. Let me grab a piece. black cardstock. I thought I just got a new package out. And where did it go? Where? Oh, I have some scraps. We'll use those. So 3 by 4. This piece is 3 by 4. So here's 3 inches. And then by 4 inches. Okay. And then we're going to take this piece and we're going to score it. And I'm going to move my cutter up this way because I think it's easy. Okay, so the first score line is going to be at 1/4. Move your cutter out of the way. So at 1/4 inch. The next one is going to be at 3/4 inch. The next one is going to be at 1 1/4. The next one is at 1 1/2. The next one is at 2. The next one's at 2 1/2. Come on. Get in there. The next one's at 2 3/4. The next one is at 3 1/4. The next one is at 3 3/4. And then we finish it up here at the end, which is 4. And this creates your spine. Okay? I'm going to set my trimmer off to the side. And what we're going to do is we're just going to fold these. This one is going to get laid down in your book. And then we have a mountain. So every 1/4 inch is going to form your valley. Does that make sense? So let's go ahead and I'm going to take my new bone folder and we're going to make these. Okay, and this is going to be our spine. So the 2 1/2 inch pieces along the way, you are going to take tear tape and you're going to stick them together. Okay, so I have my tear tape here. And I'm taking my 2 1/2 inch pieces here. I could have used a little bit longer piece. We'll rip it a little longer. And I'm going to stick these 2 together. Like so. So now it looks like this. I don't know if you can see it good. There we go. That's probably the best view. Then I'm going to do the next 2 1/2 inch pieces and stick them together. I'm going to run my bone folder along those so that it just puts that down. Good. There we go. There we go. And then these two go together. And then we're just going to run our bone folder against those two, make sure they seal good. Now we have 2 pieces of our spine. And then we're going to do our last one. Just going to make sure that's down good. Then I pull the back of the tear tape off. It's double-sided tape. There we go. We're going to push these two together, and we're going to bone fold them to make sure that they're stuck. All right, and now you have your 3 pieces of your spine. I hope you can see it. So 1, 2, and 3. I'm not sure how I can get this so you can see it better, maybe up close. How about that? 1, 2, and 3. Now on these 2 1/4-inch panels, we're going to put tear tape on the opposite side because these are going to get stuck down in our book. Okay, I'm going to run my bone folder on these. There we go. And then we're going to take this and we're going to put this, get these little pieces out of the way here, get my garbage cleaned up. We're going to put this on the spine in the inside. And we're going to try to center it. The easiest way that I've found is I kind of just take this and line it up. That looks pretty good. And there we go. So now I have my spine of my book. Now we need to create the outside pages. I'm sorry, the inside pages. And let me grab my black cardstock. I know I just opened a pack. I don't know where I put it. So we're going to grab another one. Now, whenever you're making a book, this is the easiest way to make a book. You are now going to need 3 pieces of 6x6 black cardstock. 3 pieces of 6x6. And let me pull my cutter in here. And so we want to go 6 by 6. There's one piece. And get another one here. And do 6 by 6. And another one that is 6 by 6. Okay, now we're going to score each piece at 3 inches on both sides. So 3, score, turn it, and 3, score. But we're going to take this while we still have it there, and we're going to cut just down to that center score line. So when you're done, you have this, okay? And I'm going to do that on all 3 pieces. So 3, turn, and 3, and then bring this cutter down to the center line. And now we got another pair of little pants, okay? And then we're gonna do the last one at 3. Then you turn it and 3. And bring your cutter down to that middle line. And now we have our last pair. Now we're going to burnish our score lines. On each one. Okay. Now these form our pages. So we want to have a pocket in the middle. Okay? So when you're doing this, you can either have 2 pockets like this, which we're not doing today, or you can take your pants piece here, fold this one back, and fold this one over like this, which is what we're doing. So we're making like a T out of our pants. Okay? Now, this part back here, you want to make sure we do not put any adhesive. This part here in the front is going to form a pocket. So we need to put some glue just along this edge here, this top edge. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to take a little tear tape. Let me find the end of my tear tape. Okay. And this piece is going to come over here like that and stick. And then we have this piece here. So now we have our pocket that we can put something cute in, like a pull thing. And we have a spot here in the back that is going to go on our spine. Okay, so we're going to do this for each one. So again, 2 pieces on top, fold down to the sides, okay? That gives you your flap here in the middle, and we just need to put this strip, I'll lay it out like this, we just need to put that strip of tape along the bottom there. Get that tape. And this just goes right along the bottom. So when you're laying this out, okay, and you have your pants, I'm going to put my pants at the bottom here. You're going to need tape on this piece here. Wherever the slit is, it's this piece. And then when you fold it, put the pants piece on the top, and this is just going to fold around like this, okay? So pants at the top, fold around, and it gets sealed right here. Just like that. And then we have our pocket, and we have our 2 side panels, and we have our slit for the back where it's going to go on our spine. I'm going to set that one aside. We're going to do it again. All right. So we have our pants. We know this is going to come around. So I know, again, if I turn it over, I'm going to need glue on this piece here. Make sure. Yep, right here. There's my piece here. That's gonna, oops, that one I did differently, but that's all right. I have our piece here. That's gonna go on our spine. And this one's gonna actually have a side pocket. I think, hold on a second. What did I do? 1 minute. I did it right. That and that. That forms my spine. No, I didn't. I put the glue on the wrong thing. Hold on, folks. Hold on. Glue eraser, glue eraser. Okay. For the sake of TV here, we're just going to grab another piece. I'm sorry. Wasn't watching what I was doing. I turned it one too many times, which you can do. 6 by 6. As you can see, I make mistakes too. 3. Score, turn it, and score it. And then cut this down to the line. Voila. All right. You burnish it quick. Sorry, they're still working on, they're building a house next to me, so probably our next few times you're going to hear construction. All right. So I want glue right here. I'm just going to take that piece. So I have my pants on the side, and my glue's going to go on this side right here. And voila. And then I got my pants, I got my pocket, and I got my seam here. So I'm good. All right, now we're going to decorate these. It's an important part to know where your spine is. So we can do one of two things. We can start putting these on, and before I put them on, I do something that makes it a little tiny bit easier to slide the spines on. Somewhere I put my scissors now. There they are. Good gravy. Falling apart today. I take these spines, I don't know if you can see it here, but I'm just going to angle cut these like this because it makes it go on easier. And they don't even have to line up because nobody's going to see them. Go. And then we're going to put tear tape on both sides of each of the spines. Got to do the other side here. And then we got 2 more. One more. Okay, and I'm just going to burnish all these glue pieces. I want to make sure that they're going to be sticking down real good. All right, we're going to peel off the top one. Do both sides. Don't peel them all off at once, okay? And I know that my little pocket here I'm going to have at the top, So here's my little pocket. I know on the opposite side here is my spine. And you can kind of take your bone folder in the part that's going to be your spine like this and run it back and forth a couple times, and you'll open it up. And then just take it and very carefully, we are going to put this lined up. Pop it open a little bit more. There we go. You're just going to lay this over top of your spine, kind of keeping it puckered a little bit. You're going to push it all the way down. Okay. So we have our first one in. Now we're going to do the same to the next one. And here's our pocket on the top. On the back side here is our slit. And we're just going to put this again on there, push it down. And then once you get it in place, just rub it along. Then we're going to do the next one. Like this. And we have our pocket here. So I know that our insert is on the back here. Okay, and now we have our book pieces in place. Now we need to decorate these. So this box, when it goes together, this is going to come up through here, like so, and it forms a little handle, like this, okay? So we need to decide which place we want our top to go, okay? So when you're looking at your handle, do you want your cutesy little handle here? Oh, there we go. It's a little bit of a challenge to get up there. Oh, come on. Do you want the handle to be on this side or this side? And to me, it doesn't really make a difference because you're going to open the box anyway. So I'm going to decorate it so that the flat part here on this one, I did it in reverse. I did the handle when it was over here. And so I'm going to try it and see if I like it better with the handle on this side. All right, so on this piece here, you're going to cut a bunch of designer series paper, and these are 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. Okay, and in my book, I mean, you can put these however you want. In mine, let's see, I'm going to use this one first, I think. Let me see. I'm going to separate my colors out. I think I'm going to use this one for my first one. And I just picked them. This is out of a new designer series paper pack. That's a new online exclusive. So I'm just going to glue down my 2 7/8 by 2 7/8 piece. I know this seems terrible to use this side, but it worked out perfect for our challenge. So I'm going to put this down like this. And I cut them 2 7/8, so we had a little bit of a black border. And then the next one I did, I want them to be 2 of the same pieces, so I did these 2 here. So I'm going to put those two down. Woo! Throw my glue around. Go. Okay, and then we're going to flip. And let's do these next. You know, I think that some of these I cut a little different. It's hard for me to see it on the page. Nope, they're good. Okay. If you use directional paper, you know, of course, you'd have to make sure which way you actually wanted your book. I think I missed a couple of these. I don't think I have them cut right. Just going to check real quick here. 2 7/8, that's good. And 2 7/8. Ah, I actually made these a little bit shorter on that one. I actually did them they should be 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, which is not good because I cut them wrong. 2 7/8. I actually cut them 2 7/8 by 3.5. So hold on a minute. We're going to do a little surgery here. And actually, yeah, 2 7/8. By 2 7/8. Now you could do 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and that would work too. Maybe that's what I did. Hold on, maybe I just didn't cut the one side, and that is what I did. I lied. You need 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 pieces. I didn't cut the one side of these, and that's why it's not working. Sorry, folks. So 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Now we're going to put them down in there. Knew something was wrong. Two and 3/4 by 2 3/4. Flip. And now we want a different piece. And let me see if I cut these at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, which I didn't. Let me do that. There's one. That one. And you can layer these in here however you so choose. You could mix up your colors completely. All right, so let me do these two. And I like using liquid glue for this. Now, if you were just making a photo book and you wanted people to be able to put photos only in here, you could do that very easily. There's that one. And I see I missed a special part here. So let's see, we're gonna do this one in here and this one. I'm going to cut these to 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Hope you're enjoying this beautifully sunny day. And let me just pop that open and we can put these two right here. It's easy to miss pages in here, so. But with this paper, you don't have to worry about it because the nice thing, the beauty of this, is that this paper doesn't have patterns or anything, so you can kind of take it and put it anywhere that you like, which is good. So it's not like I'm missing out here by putting this in the wrong spot. I just wanted to pick a pattern that I wasn't using on either side of these pages, so it was different. Okay, and there's that one. And we have this one, which we will use these pieces. So I'm going to make sure they're at 2 3/4. That one is by 2 3/4. And this one is. Okay, and we can glue these two down in here. Now I could have used this back side too, which is all kind of florally print, which would be fun too. There's that one. And this one. Okay, and then we can flip this, and we can put these two here. Let me cut these to 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And I have all these little tiny strips laying around. There's one piece. Okay, now we can glue these two down. We're almost there. We're getting there. Sometimes it's hard to hold this open. I like to actually put it in book form too before I start gluing down these pieces. You can do it either way. I could have done these beforehand and then it glued it to the binding. Okay, and then we have these two pieces, which let's see, just use those two. I think I want another speckly piece. So I'm going to cut 2 3/4. Two and 3/4. Okay, we'll put these down next here. We're almost ready to decorate, which is the fun part. this one, let me do 2 3/4. Two 3/4. Let me get one more piece of that. Okay, and then we're going to glue those two here. Last one here, and then we just have the final one, which I like to make match whatever color I used here, and I happen to have one, and I'm going to make sure it is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, go. And this is going to go on our back part. Just like this. Okay, and then we want to make sure the top part of our box looks nice. So I have 2 pieces here, and these 2 pieces are going to be 3 3/4 by 3. I'm just going to glue them down in the inside here. Actually, I'm going to shave just 1/4, not even 1/4, 1/8 of an inch off of the top and bottom because I don't want it to interfere with the closing. So 2 7/8 instead of the 3. The sides are good, but I just want to make sure that that is going to fold perfectly. Actually, I'm going to shave 1/8 off the sides too. I just don't want to run into a problem. So it'll be 3 7/8. I'm sorry. That is 3 1/2. Might have told you the wrong measurements on that. 3 3/4. We shaved it down. Three 3/4, and we actually want it to be 3 5/8 instead. So we're gonna make it 3 5/8. And I'm changing my instructions here because I just don't want to take a chance. So 3 5/8 by 2 7/8. And then these will go up here in the top like this. Okay, so let me do that. I just want this to close as nicely as it possibly can. And we're going to do the same thing with the other piece. So 3 5/8 by 2 7/8. Again, I will post these instructions. And this piece is going to go in the back like this. Okay, let's do that. There we go. All right. Now we need to decorate this beautiful box of ours. And keep in mind, it is going to open like this, okay? And if you want to open it on mine, I have it opening from this side, and I like it better, I think, from this side. So this is going to be my top. So on my first piece, it's going to look like this. Now I've gone ahead and punched some of these out so that I wouldn't tie up all of your time. But you are going to need a 2.5 inch circle and a 2 1/4 inch circle. 2.5 in the berry burst and 2 1/4 in the basic white. And these are going to go on our front. So we can just stick them together while we have them. There we go. And then we're going to set those aside for a minute. I know on my front I'm going to need a tree, a small tree and a big tree. And I know that I'm going to need one of my little campers. And I know for the inside piece here, again, I'm going to need a small tree. And I'm going to need a larger tree. Now the trees I stamped in the shamrock, and I die cut them using the dies for this stamp set. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're gonna pop these up on dimensionals, and we're gonna start building our inside out, okay? And I did both trees on dimensionals. Go. And I'm going to do the small tree first, and I'm just kind of putting it about right here. And then I'm going to come in with my larger tree right off to the side like this. You're probably thinking, well, that kind of looks dorky, but our camper's going to go in there. Okay, so for our camper, you are going to need to color this, and we have Berry Burst, we have Shy Shamrock, and we have Daffodil Delight, we have Basic Black, and I have a color remover. So we're going to start out, we're going to color our little camper here with Light Berry Burst. I'm just going to do this very quickly. Now, granted, you could make this entirely different with different colors. I am just using the colors that are part of our color challenge. Now, when you're using your blends, are you a brush person or are you the fine point person? I like using the fine point for most everything. I'm so worried about going outside of the lines, but the key is not going right up to the edge. And see, just as I'm talking about this, guess what I did? I went outside the line. Okay. Do our little top up here. Now I'm going to grab the dark berry burst. And I'm going to kind of just highlight these areas. And now I'm going to come in because I want to make this look kind of like an old vehicle. So I'm just going to come in here and I'm just going to remove a little bit of the color. Okay, make it look old and worn. And then I am going to use the dark berry burst, and I'm going to rotate between that and the dark shy shamrock. For these little loops in the awning. Using dark shy shamrock. Okay, and then I'm going to make the little plant in the planter box here. Light shy shamrock. And the little planter box, I think I'm going to use dark berry burst for that. Just make it just a little bit different than the... Now you could use black if you wanted to. Oops, and I see where I missed a little bit around my circle there. And then I'm going to take the dark shy shamrock and just go around this little tiny circle there. There we go. And I'm also going to do this ring on my tires in the dark shy shamrock. You ever heard of green wall tires? And the inside of the tire, I'm going to use the dark Daffodil Delight. He has gold rims. And then we're going to use the basic black for the tire itself. Okay, and then his little bumpers I'm going to do in the shy shamrock. All right, and that's our little truck. And we're going to pop him up on dimensionals, and he's going to slide underneath there just like that. Let me grab a couple dimensionals. He's going to slide in between the two trees here, just like this. Okay, so that's our first page in our book. The next page here, this is going to give us a pocket, which we can put a white piece in there. But I kind of like giving other pockets too. So you can take a piece of 2" by 2" by 2 7/8 inches. And we're just going to take a little hole punch, and this happens to be 3/4. And I'm just going to punch a little divot out of here, like so. And then we're going to put glue. And actually, I'm going to use tear tape for this. Let me find my tear tape here on my desk. And I'm going to put like a really fine piece here. So you're gonna see me rip this, and then I'm gonna actually cut the excess off the other side. I want about half of my tear tape. And then I'm gonna use this piece on my other side. Sorry if that seems corny, but I don't want that much. I wanna be able to slide in a really cute, and actually I need it for the other side too, because this is going to go around both sides, which is kind of fun. I'm just dissecting a piece of tear tape here, hoping I get it in half. And this one will go on this side. We'll cut that excess off. And this one will go on this side. And we will cut the excess off. Peel that off. And these actually go on the bottom down here. And this is going to give you a side pocket. Okay, so you're going to get a side pocket by doing this. And you're still going to be able to keep your top pocket. Okay, so now I got a side pocket here, and I can take a piece of white paper, and this white paper is going to be 2 3/4 by 2 1/2. Okay, and you're gonna need 6 of these, 2 3/4 by 2 1/2, and that's just gonna slide in my pocket. And then my next page here, I'm just going to take one of these little trees and I'm going to put down in the corner here on dimensionals. So let me cut my dimensionals up. I'm down to rock bottom here. I'm just going to put that on like that. Let me grab one more. I hope you guys use your dimensionals right down to the nubbins. And that will go like that. Okay, so we have our pocket and our little tree. And then we can flip up to the next set of pages. And the next set of pages, I can just put another tree on. I'm just going to use a big tree and I'm going to put it over in this corner. Now you can make like a whole little scene if you want, using like the campfire and the lawn chairs, which we have a couple of those coming up, but I wanted to keep this real simple. So I got a little tree there, and that's in the Shy Shamrock. And then our next page has another pocket. So I've taken the Berry Burst this time. And again, this is 2 inches across, scored at 1/2 inch by 2 7/8. And I'm just going to punch this like this. If you don't have a punch, you can use any circle punch. You just don't put it in as far. There we go. And I'm going to do the same thing. Got to find my pocket piece here. Here's my pocket piece. And I'm just going to put tear tape on this one and put it on like that. You could also use liquid glue, but didn't cut far enough. I just didn't want to go without turning it over. We'll clean this side up and we'll do the same thing on the other side here. getting stuck to my tear tape. Now, if you didn't want to dissect your tear tape like I did here, you could just make the piece of white in the inside smaller too. I just want it to be a nice little writing tool for them if they want to. And that's going to go on this pocket. See my pocket's up here at the top? So I want this cute little fold right on that pocket. And there we go. And then I can take another piece of that white, which is 2 3/4 by 2 1/2, and put that in there. And on this one here, I'm going to color up one of these cute chairs that I've already die cut. I'm going to use light berry burst on it. Oops, I went outside the line a little bit. You'll have to forgive me. It's okay. We're not professional colorers, right? And then I have a cute little fire pit that I also cut out. And we're going to make the flame in it dark daffodil delight. And the base we're going to do in basic black light. Now I want those to pop a little bit more, so I'm going to come up in here with our color lifter, and I'm going to go kind of makes this look like stone. And then we're going to grab our mini dimensionals. I'll put this right in the corner here with a little fire pit. Nice thing about using dimensionals too, if I wanted to put a picture on here, I could, because dimensionals you can lift up a little bit. So here you sit this little fire. And then on the next one, I'm going to use one of the tall trees over here and put him on dimensionals. And we're going to add another little chair. I'm going to color it again in Berry Burst. Okay. We're going to pop this up on dimensionals, like so. And then we're going to take another little fire pit. We're going to color it the same way. Dark Daffodil Delight. Now, if I could use other colors, I'd have put a little Cajun craze in there to make that fire pop a little bit, right? Whoops. Do basic black. Okay. And we're going to color lift the bottom to make it look more gray. And the next row, there we go. And we're going to pop it up on dimensionals. And we're going to have our little fire pit down here in the corner. And then this last page here, I'm just going to simply put 2 different size trees together in the corner. We're going to pop them up on dimensionals. I'm going to put a big tree down first. Like that. And then our little tree. And then we have one more pocket here we got to go back and do. So it's going to look like this. Okay. And then here you'll notice we have a pocket. And I didn't put a side pocket on that part. So what we're going to do with this one, we're going to put, well, I don't really want to do that. I should have put a pocket on there, but I don't like that pocket. The bright yellow just doesn't enthuse me. Why don't we put the bright yellow here on this one? And then we'll have a pocket at the end. Nope, not a fan. I'm gonna leave the pocket off. I don't like it. So we have our pockets here. We have our side pieces, and I have a couple more white pieces to put in here, like this. 2 7/8 by 2 1/2, remember. Okay, got one there, got one there. And I need one here. Let me see if I cut one cup. Yep, one more right here. All right, so the inside of my book is done. Now I'm going to seal my book up. And this is actually pretty easy to do. Come on. Let's do this first. Let's put these pieces down so we make our little box. And this piece comes down like this. And this piece goes in the inside and comes over like that. And then this top part, oops, I didn't do this part. I should have put these in first, sorry guys. These little tabs go in the inside and then the top part comes over. So tab in, hopefully you can see me. Sometimes you gotta mess with these little boxes. I'm just gonna hold mine up. There we go. And then this side, trying to keep my book up out of the way. Goes in like this, and this piece comes out. Keeping my book out of the way. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right. So now we have this top part here. I got little dimensions all over the place. we got this top part here, and this just folds down in the inside like so. There we go. This comes through a little latch. These go in the little holes on the side. And it's kind of a little tricky to get together. There. There. And that is our little suitcase. Now, open it up, make sure I got the right. So this is going to be our top. So I did this one different than my other one. I get to mess with this all over again. Okay, and there's my little box. All right, so this is going to be, I probably should do it the other way again. This is going to be my top. And I think I should have done that the other way too. I should have did it the way I did that one. It would just look better. So this one I'm just going to glue my tree down on. Up here. And this one we're going to pop up on dimensionals. We're just doing the front of our box now. Come on. Like this. And then we got to color one more little vehicle here. Almost done, folks. Take the shamrock and come in here. And you can make the two vehicles different. I did one. First I thought, I'm going to try doing this as a Scooby-Doo. The magic van, the magic machine, or mystery machine. That's what I'm trying to think of, the mystery machine. And it turned out pretty cute. That. We just have the tires left. Okay, and then we're going to stick this on with dimensionals. Using my bits and pieces now. Okay, we're going to put this on. Just like this. And then I have a little tiny label here. And we are going to stamp this in Berry Burst and have it say Happy Camper. I gotta pull it towards me so I don't totally muck this up. Go. And we're going to pop this up on dimensionals. Like this. I'm going to move it over a little bit. Like right there. And this is going to go on here on the top of the box, like this. I think I need to add some glue. Silly me. Tricks are for kids. There we go. And make that a little bit straighter. And this is your box. So you have your suitcase shut, and then you're going to open this up like so. Gotta bend my box back. And you're going to see your van. And then it goes page by page in here, showing you your cute little photo album. Now, if I were to do this over again, I would do it like I did the first time. I would start your album from up here. It's going to look better. Okay? Well, I hope you loved our cute little project, our little suitcase filled full of memories. And I hope you have a blessed day. Take care. Oh, I almost forgot. Make sure that you vote by clicking on, the hand, the like button. And if you don't subscribe to my channel already, please make sure you do that so you don't miss any of these fabulous projects. And I thank you for everything and take care. Have a blessed day.